Everyone loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, the Mighty Ducks,
Robert Downey Jr., who
Rocky.
else? Yes.
Kim Kardashian.
Well,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
Oh, Lee.
Football.
Can't escape this bullshit.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Welcome to the Pop Fantasy Football 2022 Week 2 recap brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Nyes representing the Gotham Rogues, and joining me as usual, representing I have not updated your new team name once again. Fuck. What is it? It's Run the Justins, Jose Guzman.
It's been a rough start.
Representing Tell 'em Kelly Eats Band-Aids, Dan Mahoney.
Cole Beasley's back, everybody. He's back, and he's in Pog form.
And representing the 2021 Pop Fantasy Football champion Brooklyn Dark Knights, Pop Fantasy Football Commissioner Tito Cruz.
I got beat by the guy who knows jack shit about football.
He's so proud of himself.
Man,
What the fuck is a football?
I remember going back to my first season and I auto-drafted because we were at Star Wars Celebration. I didn't know what I was doing. But, man, I just kept winning, and it was so cool. I hope Lee goes undefeated the rest of the season. Fuck it, you know?
How fucking wild.
So, I know we say this a lot, and at this point it seems like hyperbole, but Week 2 of the 2022 NFL season might be one of the wildest weeks we've ever seen since the beginning of Pop Fantasy Football. Bar none.
I think that's fair. That shit was wild.
And as the clip alluded to, there were a lot of comebacks.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the wins this week were as ugly as a Mike Gesicki touchdown dance, while the losses might make you want to chuck a Microsoft Surface. So, that being said, let's send it over to Mahoney with our Week 1 scoreboard.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
All right, let's do it. Let's start it out at the top of my screen with myself and the robot. I got to face the Kelly bot this week, and it's a shame that the Kelly bot is not a real person, because I'll tell you what, when he got destroyed 106.5 to 56, I feel like the actual cyberspace version of the Kelly bot cried a tear. Like, that was just a shocking beatdown.
Yeah, goddamn.
Just trashed him.
Schultz went out with an injury.
Connor went out with an injury.
Jonathan Taylor got fucking stuffed by the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Philadelphia beat the shit out of Kirk Cousins to the point where at the end of the game, instead of going for another play, he's like, nah.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
I
am done with this.
I will defer.
Yeah, you can only throw so many pick sixes and be excited, because it's not like they could have tied it.
Yeah.
All he's doing is having the opportunity to throw another pick.
But is this a situation where the Kelly bot just started the wrong people? Because look at his.
Yeah, but you're not going to sit Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Aaron Jones.
But you're
going to
start Aaron Jones. Why is he not starting Aaron Jones?
Yeah, Aaron Jones needs to be in the bench.
Does
Kelly
bot?
The lineup.
Did Kelly, when he programmed Kelly bot, does Kelly have any previous bias against Aaron Jones?
I don't think so. I honestly don't have any idea why he didn't start Aaron Jones. I will say I was very fortunate that the Kelly bot seems to have gotten reversed, sorted in descending order. Was let me put all the starters down on the bench and all the bench players up in the lineup, you know?
Yeah, I mean, his bench outscored his starters almost by 2.
Yeah.
Cousins, Taylor stays in the lineup.
Yep.
And then you got Aaron Jones. Those are your starting 2 running backs, and you don't change that shit.
Yep.
And
Aaron Jones, 29.5. And he left him, he left James Conner in, who got him 5.
No one.
So that's
should
24
be
right there.
Aaron Jones.
Nope.
At all. And then, so you got Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones is your top 2. Drake London should probably go into his lineup.
Yep, that's 20 points for him this week.
And then
So who do you sit? You said Hollywood or you said Cooks?
Cooks.
I sit Cooks because which quarterback do you trust more? The Houston quarterback or the Arizona quarterback?
Atlanta.
Wait, no. I'm talking about out of Cooks or Marquise. Like out of
Gotcha. I thought you meant the Drake London guy.
No. Those two to sit. I would sit Brandon Cooks and run Drake London and Marquise Brown.
Yeah,
because you trust Murray more than you would dude out of Houston.
Whoever even is the quarterback in Houston.
As long as it's not like a special Call of Duty weekend, you're good.
And then, I mean, as of right now, Gesicki becomes his starting tight end by default because Homeboy's hurt.
Yep.
And then
Gesicki's gonna break a hip.
James Robinson has been lighting it up, and he's got him on the bench.
Yeah, his bench or his flex needs to be Robinson, Harris.
He could go with Sanders too. But Sanders is not a bad play at a flex.
Sanders,
it's not, but
not a bad play. But
all those
chances
are going to Hurts first.
I can't fault him for starting Sanders because also with Robinson is that he's losing carries to the rookie or to the second you do Etienne. So that
Etienne's losing carries to Robinson.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Etienne was supposed to come in and ball. Right. Robinson's coming off that Achilles. He's not supposed to be doing this right now.
Right. You thought he would be losing carries, but he hasn't been losing carries. He's like, where does he stand? He's the 6th highest scoring running back in the league through 2 weeks.
I mean, good for him because again, like back in the day, an Achilles injury meant you're done. Whatever sport you were playing, you're done. Like your career's over. And now you got guys bouncing back a year later and being able to play. Like the science of the medical science has improved a lot in sports to give these guys like ACL tears, all that. Like they weren't coming back. You remember Travis McGee? I know Tito.
Yeah.
In the national championship game when he got split in his fucking knee.
Well, I think the first real success story coming back from those injuries was Frank Gore. Was it Gore who blew out his knee in the Miami game?
Yeah, in 1997.
And then blew it out again as a pro and played like 13 years or some nonsense like that.
I don't even like going upstairs. Imagine blowing my knee just puts me to tears.
For real. Story of my week was this Buffalo defense I stretched for and grabbed early, and I am not regretting that.
No, that Bills D is swallowing teams up.
Mm-hmm.
And Higbee, not a bad play with Higbee.
Right. I never actually went back to check on Cole Kmet, see how he did, but I doubt he did well.
Nope,
Dallas kind of beat the shit out of the Bengals, though. Jamar Chase, 7-5. Like, not what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
That was pretty disappointing. 0 points for Cole Kmet. One target, no catch, 0 points.
2 weeks into the season, Cincy might be the big disappointment so far.
Mm-hmm.
They're 0-2. Their offense hasn't looked like they looked last year. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Super Bowl
where's
hangover.
this line that was supposed to have been improved? Like he's getting Burrow's. He ain't got no time to do shit back there.
They fucked him up on Sunday.
And Dallas looking like a playoff-bound team with Cooper Rush. What the fuck? They came to play.
Mahoney's next quarterback.
Denver, I think, next to the Bengals, probably the biggest surprise disappointment. Like, they've put up 16 points, barely put up 16.
Yep. Yeah, you joke about Mahoney's next quarterback, but I'm like, maybe, because Russell Wilson is not doing it for me.
Well, in that 16, I believe, didn't the defense run one back? So that's not even all Russell Wilson.
Wilson only got 1 touchdown.
And then what? Just 3 field goals, 1 touchdown, 3 field goals.
Too much of that medical marijuana, probably.
Let's ride.
Yeah.
Shit.
Let's ride.
Too much commercials.
Broncos Nation.
That's
Let's
against his
ride.
religion.
Too long.
Otherwise,
Where
it's
to
All right.
next?
Let's get high.
Let's talk about our first massive scoring beatdown of the week, where Lee, Mr. I don't know what I'm doing, put up 149 points on Tito, who, like, you beat Tito, you got to be feeling great,
The
because Tito
champ.
scored 124 points and still lost to Lee, and it wasn't even close. Like,
Mhm.
Lee sounded like a
nonsense.
real hustler. Just posted, "You guys ready to play for money now?"
Uh-huh.
Lee's like, I love
Real
Kyle
bull
Murray.
shark.
Kyle Murray's the best. Kyle.
Yep.
I was going back.
There was a
through-
point where Lee had an early lead because he had like 5 players playing. Tito, you had like 1 or 2.
It was like 90-something to 8 or something. like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. He had this huge lead, and he comes into the message chain just laughing. And I look at the thing, and he's projected to lose, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be amazing that first week he like checks the scores, and he's got like a 90-point lead, and he's like, I'm sitting pretty, and then he comes back and he lost by 10, and he's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Like, so I
right,
was
what
holding out
happened
hope, but
was-
it didn't work.
The Call of Duty beta Kyle Murray was on ended at halftime. So it was like,
Yeah.
okay, no more
Right.
worrying about that. I got to wait another week. Go time.
All right, I'm going
Right,
to
'cause
need
Kyle
Jose
Murray,
and
he went
Tito
off.
to both get up on their microphones and Mahoney to back off slightly.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Back
Much
off,
better.
Mahoney.
Why don't you come closer?
Oh, yeah.
Lean in.
Murray went off on the second half.
Jesus
Yeah, he
Christ.
did.
That 20-second touchdown run. I watched that twice today preparing for the show.
Or he's
The
running
red
around like
zone.
a toddler.
The red zone
Yeah.
guy at one point said Kyler Murray made the call to duty.
Yeah. I was like,
he dropped like
Kyler
2 Call
Murray!
of Duty jokes.
Kyler Murray's answering his Call of
Yeah.
Duty today.
Yeah. So it like the first one, coincidence. Second one,
No.
he's on the internet. He knows what's up.
Yeah, no, neither one of these was a coincidence. He
Yeah.
wrote those down and practiced them all week.
Hell yeah.
He's like, anytime he does something good, he probably had like some cue cards waiting, and he couldn't use any of them the first half because he did shit. And he's like, okay, throw this joke out, throw this joke out. And he's over there sweating like, is Murray
Yep.
going to let me hit any of these jokes or what? And then all of a sudden that comeback, and he's like fucking nailing it. Bam. bam,
And as a
bam.
defense, that's just demoralizing. You're chasing him. You have everybody covered, but you can't cover everybody for 20 seconds. Somebody eventually is gonna get open.
Yeah. Somebody eventually is going to be like, is this play still going on? And then the ball
Yeah,
sails over
exactly.
their head.
No whistle yet? What's going
Yeah, you're looking around like, did they forget to blow the whistle? Like, is everybody else still running? Like,
So he had Kyler Murray go off for 27, Tyreek Hill for 36.5, Christian
And
Kirk
another
for 22.
ridiculous game. That Miami game was ridiculous as well.
Yeah.
Because at one
holy
point
shit.
Baltimore had a 21-point lead.
And Lamar played his balls off.
Yeah, he rushed for 100 and scored a touchdown. And whatever he did passing.
He had like an 80-yard passing touchdown and an 80-yard rush touchdown, or a 60, something like that. Like, fucking insane. And then he had Mike Williams blow up for 21. And his kicker, 17.
17 out of his kicker. He got 0 out of his defense and scored 149 points.
And Mark Ingram with a 4 spot.
Yeah, yeah. What I love about this is it's spoiling him,
Yeah.
right? So, like, in future weeks, he's going to get, like, 12 out of Christian Kirk and be like, the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I mean,
like, this guy sucks.
I
It's
take
like-
12 out of Christian Kirk. He's going to get 3 out of Christian Kirk.
Yeah, fair.
And then Mark Ingram blows up for 22. And he's like, you scored 4 last week. I don't understand you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Kyler Murray is like, oh, shit. New Call of Duty just dropped. Give me 2 weeks.
This game is a perfect indication of how absolutely insane this week was, though, because Tito scored 124 points, and not only did he lose, but he was not even in the top 4 scorers for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the Kelly bot scored 56 points. Tito scored 104, and he barely cracked the top half of the league.
124.
124.
Yeah. What did I say?
104.
Oh, yeah, 124. Wild. All right, well, these next 2 games were not exactly barn burners, but Mary got some revenge from the beating that Tito gave her. Was it Tito? Which one of you beat Nice's wife last week?
Tito did beat my wife
I
week
beat her.
1.
Yeah. He's beating up on her. Mary got revenge, took it out on Goat. Poor Goat. Goat always seems to have just a time. She beat him 88 to 78.5.
He's too busy helping Lee with his team.
Yeah, he's over there helping Lee, hugging his wife, doing all sorts of stuff.
Started Tom Brady, left Tua with a fucking 50 spot on his bench.
Oh.
Lost by 9.5 points with a 50
my
fucking spot
God.
on your bench.
Tua put up 50 with 2 interceptions.
Yep.
That hurts.
6 touchdowns, 469 yards.
Tua's name is alongside Marino now.
I'll tell you what, he
Right.
is the darling of TikTok this week, but less him and more his coach. There have been so many people breaking down how the coach is like opening space for Tua to succeed in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Well, that's
it
the
doesn't.
difference.
It doesn't look like this is going to end.
And here's the thing. People were bashing Tua, he can't throw. And yes, he does need to make the long bombs, because when you got Tyreek Hill and he beats somebody, you got to hit him.
Yeah.
Which he did. But also, he's got guys that if he hits a 10-yard pass, it can turn into a 70.
Yep.
Like Waddle
So
and
fast.
Hill are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And Waddle tearing it up. Like you could legitimately have both of those, Waddle and Hill, on your team and start both.
Yeah.
Because Waddle is just benefiting. Like there was that one play where they put Tyreek in the back field, like a running back, as just a trick. And everyone went for him. And Waddle just took it right up the fucking left side and was done. Touchdown.
Yep.
Waddle just went whack, 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 whack.
He does have that. He does that little waddle when he scores.
How do you spell that?
That's how I'd spell it. So he's got the weirdness of, do you sit the GOAT for Tua until Brady proves otherwise and Tua proves otherwise? Because as of right now, the ceiling for Tua is 50.
Yeah.
That's not a bad
Brady. I don't think
the
it's
smart
cracked
thing
20.
in sitting Akers. He did the smart thing in sitting Akers.
Yes. But also Brady does not play well against New Orleans. He never has.
Okay, next week Brady has the Packers and Tua has, I just saw it, why did I forget? Buffalo.
The Bills.
Okay, maybe that's the one you put Tom Brady back in.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing. If they're playing the Bills, lower expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Lower expectations.
Especially with that pass rush. With that pass rush,
Because
they're going to key on him. They're going to try to keep him in, not let him get outside, and just collapse the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the people that could stick with the speed. I mean, they don't give a fuck. They're coming for you. They'll eat your babies. They'll eat your children.
Well, great job, Mary.
Good work. It was not a great week for Mary. She pulled out the win, but it was a tough one, and she's really got a problem on her hands with Derrick Henry. Can't be getting 8 to 10 points out of your number 1 draft pick.
Chubb blew up for almost 30, but when you got Henry hitting 8, Evans got himself thrown out of the game, so he didn't even get to finish the game.
Right.
So he lost points there. Jerry Jeudy got hurt, so he went out with 1.5. Hawkinson with 3.5. Cordell Corduroy Pete with 4.
Suckered everybody into starting in week 2 with that week 1.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's the one. He's fucking talented, but I don't think it's going to be as consistent of output as last year. He's going to have his spurts,
Yeah,
but then he's going to put up them 4s. Still love Corduroy Pete. And Metcalf, man, I try to stay away from Seattle's wide receivers.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
you have
Metcalf
to.
is just a bust the past 2 seasons, I feel.
Nobody's getting him the ball. Like if you put Metcalf on Tampa, the Bills,
Okay.
the Browns,
Okay, let's go.
fucking the Rams, shit, right now, Detroit, give
But-
him Goff.
Last season, Metcalf had Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson sucked last year. They stopped.
I was
letting
going
him
to say,
throw.
I'm not sure Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson
And then
anymore.
remember, Russell Wilson fucked his finger up and was out for a couple games. And when he came back, he wasn't the prettiest.
Mhm.
And by then, like, because apparently more and more stories are coming out, like, they were done with each other. Everybody was done with each other. Like, nobody on that team liked Russell anymore.
That whole Super Bowl team was basically dismantled at that point.
Yeah. And everybody else in, he just kept rubbing them the wrong way. Fucking
He's like,
hot country.
ride. Seahawks. Let's ride. We both did the same thing. Seahawks?
Man, if you are on the Seahawks and you can't stand Russell Wilson, and then you see that commercial of him filming the Let's Ride 16 times in a row, that must have been a great day in that locker room.
They interviewed one of the defensive guys that, like, I think came over in the trade for Russell. And he's like, they want to trade you, you know? It was like, fuck them. And then, you know, that team wants to trade him. They want to walk in here. It was like, it wasn't about Russ. It was about us. And at the end, he goes, all I got to say is, let's ride.
I love
fucking walked
adult
off.
men being petty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a bunch of messy
he's-
bitches.
350 pounds, that big. I'm not fucking, you do you, man. I'm not changing it. Say your shit. Speak your mind.
All right. Well, this next match, was 2 people desperately trying to lose and being forced to win. Well, we got Matt, who didn't even start a running back with 69 and a half
God.
points, who looked like he was going to
69,
beat
bro.
Vetter all day, all weekend, until Monday, when Vetter somehow pulled it out and got 95 with one
That's,
whole point out of his
Diggs.
Oh,
quarterback.
no, Diggs saved his ass. Diggs
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
38 points. I mean,
Yep.
that'll do it. When he had like 180, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Sat the whole fourth quarter.
Pretty much. So that was it. Diggs is the difference. Matt Ryan. He starts Matt Ryan because remember, who did he lose? He lost Prescott.
Dak. Yeah.
Had to go to the waiver wire and pick up a
He
quarterback.
picked up
'cause-
Brian. I picked
and he-
up Wentz after him. I thought he was going to go Wentz. Remember, we talked about that.
Yep.
Wentz put up 33 points.
So he was making comments in the Discord about, you know, it's a shame I didn't have a backup quarterback. But like what I'm saying about you can go get a quarterback that will score you points on the waiver wire at any point in the season comes with the like caveat of you have to be able to pick one. Like you can't pick Matt Ryan. Like Matt Ryan is, you know, not the choice you should have gone with. Like
I
there
mean,
was
Ryan
a variety
had,
of quarterbacks you could have gone with. You
Ryan
picked the
had
right one.
17
That's what
points
went
last week, so
Yeah, but what did Wentz have last week?
I don't know.
I'll tell you in a
wrong.
second.
Let's see.
The week before.
Give me 1 second. I'll pull him up.
Wentz last week. He's the third highest scoring quarterback after 2 weeks. Last week he had 35.
35.
So
35.
35 points for Wentz last week. 33 for him this week.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you don't pick the guy who scored 17 when a guy who scored 33 is out there.
I guess
Live
you
and
just saw it
learn.
as a fluke.
I'll tell you what
Well-
was a fluke. Apparently that's 17.
I think maybe what he was going for is last week Wentz put up those 35 points against Jacksonville, and this week Matt Ryan was playing Jacksonville. So Maybe he thought that
so
would
he was
continue.
probably going for the match. But here's the thing: is even since Peyton Manning's time, Jacksonville always seems to be able to fuck with the Colts. It's like Jacksonville is on another level when they're playing the Colts.
Yeah.
If they could play the Colts all season, they may go undefeated.
Well, yeah, Matt Ryan, 195 yards against the Jacksonville team, but 3 interceptions and no scores. Jacksonville won 24-0.
They shut down Matt Ryan and Jonathan Taylor. Like Jonathan Taylor started getting it going a little bit late, and then Ryan threw a pick.
Yeah. Just straight up terrible. So, yeah.
Now
These
watch
two over
Jacksonville
here.
gives
And
up
you know what?
42 points next week.
I'll give it to Matt. This McPherson dude, remember he drafted McPherson, the kicker for the Bengals, like super early in the draft, and we were all like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? But he's been great for him through 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, because even they're not
7 and 13 respectively, week 1 and week 2.
getting the touchdowns, but they're still pushing the ball enough to give them a shot.
Yeah. Even that 7, I think like 5 of it was on like a kick. Like 'cause he kicked like 1 field goal early in the game, and it was like a 50-yarder or something. It was up there.
I mean,
so.
it wouldn't have saved them, but
And the Pittsburgh in week 1, he made 2 out of 3.
There you go. That pulled him back down then.
is that Jawan Dotson did put up more points, but Higgins ended up playing. So that kind of killed the chance for Tyler Boyd to have his big game. Because I'd made the Tyler Boyd pick thinking Higgins. I thought Higgins was ruled out. I didn't even think he had a chance of playing. I thought concussion, he was definitely out for 1 week.
So you're saying that Mahoney and I were right. That's what you're saying.
I mean, it turned out to be. But also, if I would have known Higgins was playing, I would not have said Boyd. My pick on Boyd was because I thought Higgins was 100% out. But, fantasy football, no one knows what the fuck's going on.
Exactly.
True. It's true. I'm going to skip over this game. I'm going to go to your game, Jose, you and I's, because as you mentioned, fantasy football, nobody knows what the fuck is going on. And as Tito mentioned, so you're saying that he and I were right. So this was a very close game at the beginning. It didn't end close, but it started out really close.
Yeah, I mean, we started out, our quarterbacks were playing each other, and Herbert with 29 and Mahomes with 21. So I was...
Yeah, it was great after that. That Thursday game was looking like, okay, we're going to have a nice game.
Yeah, I was sweating a little bit.
Yeah. And ends up with Nyes at 131.5 and Jose at 90. So
I really didn't make a bad move. Just
no.
8.5 from Javonte Williams, who put up double digits last week. 6.5 from AJ Dillon, who put up double digits last week. 7 points from Justin Jefferson, who blew the fuck up last week.
That really fucked you.
Michael Thomas gave me 15. My tight end I picked up gave me 10. Darrell Henderson gave me 10. There was no one on my bench I could have put in that would have done better at my flex. I could have ran 2 tight ends and got 10, but I still would have got 10. Trevor Lawrence was my highest scoring on the bench with 22, but I can't play 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So
what I love is last week on the show, you were going to start the Chargers defense versus Kansas City, and we peer pressured you into making a change. You made the change to go to Cleveland versus the Jets. They got you 0 points, which is actually worse than the Chargers versus Kansas City, who scored 1.
No shit. I could have had 91.
So, nobody knows what the fuck is going on. We're like, surely you can't start the Chargers versus the Chiefs. You need a different defense. You start somebody versus the fucking Jets, and they get you 0 points. Ridiculous.
Yeah. And I went to go pick up the Rams, as you guys were saying that, and then I go to make the move, and the Rams aren't there anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? I was just looking at them. And Tito picked them up.
Yoink.
But then I was like, okay, cool. I'll take Browns against the Jets. Not knowing fucking Flacco's playing like a goddamn Super Bowl quarterback again.
Right.
Was not a bad play at all.
No, not at all.
I mean, and it started off like a great play. They were whooping their ass. They were getting sacks. The score is nasty. And then all of a sudden, everyone's popping champagne early. And here comes the fucking Jets, led by fucking Flacco.
Got an onside kick, everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. But the Chargers got one. We're looking at 1 point, 0 points, but he's still Nye scored 131.
Yeah. Wouldn't help.
Nothing changes.
That defense is pretty big for him. Tampa Bay with 25 points.
25.
On the flip side, when my D puts up 0 and his D puts up 25, you're doing good.
Yep.
And Mark Andrews had a day.
Yeah, it was
Cooper
pretty.
Kupp had a day.
It was pretty lopsided. It was Mahomes, Kupp, Andrews, and my defense.
Yeah, because you put in Drake, who got 0.
Yeah.
But your defense, Drake with a 0 and your defense putting up 25 makes that a wash.
Yeah.
Like that makes you flexed. Like you're fine. That's like if your D put up 10 and you're happy and your flex put up 15. Like you're still. But you can afford one guy to fuck off when your defense puts
if
up
you
25.
look at the projections, Kenyon Drake, who was on waivers, was projected for 11.7. And like, when do you ever see someone projected for almost 12 points out on the waiver wire?
Never.
Like flex.
Only
flex
when there's
position.
an injury.
And I'm like, well, of course I'm going to grab him, but as I'm grabbing him, it all comes back to me, the history of Kenyon Drake in this league.
You just see Drake beeping from behind the fucking shoeboxes.
He's one of the ones that you click, add, and you're just like, this tastes yucky.
Yeah, like this is
Let
gonna
me
go
look
poorly.
at my team. What's going wrong where I just had to put Kenyon Drake in my
Not
starting
only
lineup?
did I pick up Kenyon Drake, who got me 0 points, and I knew it. I knew it wasn't going to be 11.7 points, but I dropped Amari Cooper, who Jose then just went yoink and grabbed.
no shit. Who is currently he's playing right now?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
What's his?
They're feeding him. They're trying to throw him the ball. Like,
I bet. I can't believe you dropped Amari Cooper.
Yeah, well,
I saw that and I was like, I was trying to stay away from Cleveland, but at the same time, Cooper didn't do nothing.
You got 2 kickers on your team. You dropped Amari Cooper.
My bad.
Yeah. Well, Cooper currently with the game 13-14, Pittsburgh's favor. He's got 11 in my flex.
It's pretty good.
So not bad. Not bad for a flex.
Pretty good.
We'll see if everyone else.
I'll take double digits on anybody. You get double digits, I'm feeling good.
Well, Ramondre Stevenson just fucking tearing it up. You motherfucker.
Wow.
Keenan Allen being hurt kind of really fudges my lineup a little bit.
That sucks for you. Not only is Keenan Allen hurt, but Herbert's hurt.
He's not out. Yes, hurt. And that is
that's
very
worse, though.
Because here's the thing is he could play and put up 30. But he can get hit once in the first quarter and be done.
And then he's out.
Yeah.
For the whole
Or
game.
he could play and put up 12 because he's not the same guy. You know what sucks.
Yeah, but I don't know. You see that fucking laser of a touchdown he threw towards the end of that game after getting hit? Like that dude's unbelievable.
Yeah, but he was trying to hand it off at that play.
Whoops.
Yeah. He didn't know what was going on.
Whoops, threw a laser beam.
All right, our last game of the week was the big score. Lee had the top score of the whole week. Nice, you had a big score. Tito, you had a big score. But
thank you.
These two were, King Kong and Godzilla pounding each other in the middle of Japan. Thatcher.
Do it? Oh, how? He doesn't even watch football.
Thatcher, who just changed his team name to Thatcher Karate Adjacent, with 139 points, and Mel and his Melf Hunters with 130.5. So close. Mel goes to 0-2 the week where he scored 130 points.
Ouch.
That sucks. That hurts.
Yeah, like that's shitty. 34 points out of Jalen Hurts for him. 18 and a half out of Curtis Samuel. 13 out of his defense. 10 out of his kicker. 10 out of pretty much everybody. He only had 2 people on his whole team who scored single digits, and one of them was 9.5. And he still loses 130 to 139. Like, that sucks.
That Curtis Samuel.
And he didn't
was
make
a
it.
good
He didn't
grab.
make a bad move. I mean,
No,
I guess
he didn't make a single bad move.
Ayuk or Carter, but with Carter scoring 2 touchdowns the week before, like, it wasn't a bad play. Keenan Allen, is he still out? Yes. So then there's a possibility Carter does something good.
Yep.
I mean, and Ayuk had 2 points more. So you know what I mean? That still doesn't change anything real big. 2 points. And Dalvin Cook, man, 4 points. What is up with him?
Seriously. Tad got 139 points with 4 out of Dalvin Cook.
Lamar Jackson 47.
Yeah.
Clyde
Waddle,
still
34 and a
producing
half.
double digits, which is fucking nuts. And he had Waddle, 34. Which is fucking...
Anytime you're getting super quarterback numbers out of your flex spot, you're doing good. You're doing just fine. 4 points out of Cook, 1 point out of his kicker, 139 points for the week. That's nuts. He sat Adam Thielen too, who was like one of his big name guys last year.
Yeah, he hasn't done much this year so far.
No. This is wild to see him fall.
And hopefully we see Kittle eventually this season.
We'll see.
I mean, that pickup of Logan Thomas was pretty good. As long as he doesn't get hurt.
Oh shit! Those
a
guys
fucking-
got another brother. Jake Paul,
it's
Logan
Rob-
Paul, Logan Thomas.
He's Rob Thomas's brother.
Jake Paul.
Him and Wentz getting real smooth.
It was wild. What a week.
Amazing. All right. Tito has our updated final standings. Not final standings, just regular standings. I can
Nope, that's
delete
it.
that
League's
from my
over.
document.
We're done.
Yeah, Lee's over. Lee is
Lee's a
undefeated. Give him the belt.
All right. So Tito has our updated standings following week 2.
All right, so we'll start with the Butthole Banditos division, where Lee is the only person to hold the division without a tie in the entire league with a 2-0 record. Myself and Mary are 1-1, and Goat still looking for his first win at 0-2. In the Trouser Seeds division, you have Mahoney and Vetter both tied at 2-0, with Kelly and Matt both tied at 0-2. And then Don't Make It Weird, Tad and Nyes at 2-0, with Jose and Mel both looking for their first wins of the season.
Ouch.
It's still early.
Ouch.
It's still early.
Yeah.
They've been competitive games.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
said the year I went 0-6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
when you're just trying to fucking find the bright side.
I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's all going to be fine. It's going to be great. 0-6.
So Jose, you're in 5 different fantasy football leagues. Last week you went
3-2.
3-2, 3 wins, 2 losses. How'd you do this week?
Opposite.
2 and 3.
Went 3 losses, 2 wins.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm 1-1, 1-1, 2-0 in one league, 1-1, and 0-2.
Can I point out here for a second, even though we have essentially a 5-way tie for first, but because of points, Lee is in second place in the standings right now.
Who's
Tad is in
first?
first.
Tad?
Tad.
Yeah. Tad has 272 points to Lee's
Yeah.
237.
It's just going to hurt more when he don't make it.
Oh man, that's nice.
I'm still coming for it. I don't give a fuck. 0-2, bring it. I'm coming for it.
0-2 is not bad. You can recover from 0-2.
No, it's not bad, but I definitely do not want to be sitting 0-3.
No.
Oh, and oh man, me or Mel, one of us is going to be 0-3.
Yep.
Or 0-2-1.
No, you can't tie. Don't tie.
Get the ties out of here.
You can't tie. You're both projected for base. So we'll start at the bottom of the list here. But next week, as we come into week 3, you and Mel play each other. Projected 107 and 106. So you are projected right next to each other.
Well,
I got Cooper going right now.
You got Cooper going right now.
Who scored a touchdown?
well, since you brought it up, Mahoney, what can we expect going into week 3?
No.
We have a lot of closely projected games in week 3. This is going to be an interesting week. There's a couple that look like blowouts, but by far, most of these look real close. So, as I mentioned, we'll start with Jose and Mel with his MILF Hunters. 107 for Mel, 106 for Jose. Jose's got Amari Cooper going right now, which, you might look at Nyes dropping Amari Cooper for a bag of Band-Aids and Jose grabbing him off of waivers, and you might be like, kind of seems like a little bit of collusion. But,
Oh,
hard
what?
to say what kind of deals get made in the pool.
Oh my god.
Okay, I see. So he's saying there's some pool collusion.
You never know. You never know. You're out there in the
deals
sun.
done underwater,
water.
so no one can hear us. We're
Exactly,
dunking our
exactly.
heads underwater, talking. So so none of the bugs pick it up.
Yeah, the only person down there who knows what's up is Black Ariel.
No. Let me be honest with you. I'm just incompetent.
He says, no. Not collusion.
Incompetent.
I fucked up.
Listen, I had a lot of edibles that day. I did not know what was happening. Oh yeah, maybe
Look, man,
is this what
I'm in my
happened? Did
40s.
Jose bring you over and make you a mushroom pizza
And dosed
then
you?
get you to drop
Dosed
Cooper?
you.
I got him on mushrooms, and I'm holding up his lineup with just making his fingers push the things on his phone.
Nyes is
Nyes
tripping
accepts
balls,
trade.
and Jose's just whispering in his ear, just drop Cooper. Just let him
Amari
go."
Cooper's overrated. He
Let
sucks
him go.
now.
Man, you don't want nothing to do with the Browns. Makes you sound like you shit your pants, man.
Wild.
Whoops.
All right, I'm going to go from the bottom up. I'm going to go next to Nyes. This is one of the only games that isn't projected to be super close. It's still pretty close, though. So Nyes 2-0, Thatcher 2-0. Nyes projected to win 112 to 109. So it's a statement on the rest of these games that's one that isn't very close.
I tell you what, I really like Patrick Mahomes against the Colts.
Yeah, I would too.
I like Patrick Mahomes against fucking anybody right now.
Okay,
Right,
I
but
do
like-
I do like Mahomes against the Colts. I also like Lamar Jackson against New England.
Mm. Yeah, it'll be a
that-
shootout between the two of them.
Or a run out.
We'll see. I mean, Belichick does tend to just love to fuck with guys like him, though, So we'll see.
You're right. He is gonna key on that on keeping him contained as best as he
Keep
can.
him contained, keep him uncomfortable, and just watch him get frustrated, and he'll be breaking Microsoft Surface tablets over on the sideline.
Look at Nice picking up Lee's favorite player, Nelson Aguilar.
You know?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? He's in a contract year, and the last time he was in contract year, he did great. So I considered it at one point.
We'll see. I don't know if I'm putting him in my lineup, but last I looked, Mecole Hardman and Julio Jones were still questionable. So
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I would wait until Julio comes back, plays a full game, and is productive
Right.
before I put him back in my lineup.
yeah, because
Sadly,
would
we
wait.
may have saw the peak of his power with Tampa.
that first
I
week.
would wait until every other player in the NFL died before I'd ever put Julio Jones back in my lineup. Because this is what he's going to do to you. He's going to come back. He's going to sit on your bench. He's going to score 18 points. you're going to be like, oh shit, Julio Jones, Renaissance, he is back, baby. You're going to put him in your lineup, 2.5 points. And then 2.5 points every week for the rest of the year. That's what he's going to do. That's what's going to happen.
All right. Well,
did it to me last year.
Good thing I got Nelson Aguilar.
That's right. That's right. All right, the Kelly bot over here projected at 103 to Matt's 99.7. So this is another one. They are both 0-2. One of them is coming out of this 0-3. One of them is going to get their first win, but the other one's going to be 0-3. If the Kelly bot goes to 0-3, I think it may try to take over the banking industry.
And they had a good draft.
It really did.
Well, it was number 1, so yeah.
Hard not to.
Just got to work on that bench play.
Mm-hmm. Kelly bot is just having trouble understanding human behavior.
It could.
And,
I'm telling you, Robbie Anderson changed how he spelt his name and completely threw all the algorithm off.
Yep. I believe it. Tito, your game was projected close for a time, but you've got the Cleveland defense and Kareem Hunt going right now, and now you've jumped up to a 7.5 point lead, and you are projected at 110 to 102.
This is what I have for this is what happens when you bet on the fucking Browns.
But we'll see. Goat looking for his first win. You're 1-1, so
come on, Goat.
Both be 1-2, or Goat will be 0-3. There's a lot of teams that are at risk being 0-3 this week.
Yeah, a lot more than normal. Usually, everyone kind of ends up like that 1-1, and there's like 2 teams that are still undefeated.
Yeah, you don't really differentiate till like week 4 or 5, but yeah. This week is a big week.
Lee and Tad pulling ahead, just fucking joking about how much they don't watch football.
I don't know.
Tennessee,
we don't know if Tad watches football or not. He did watch that Kyle Murray game last year or the year before, his fake crime.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. Well, his name.
I need to know this.
Send him a Facebook message, Jose.
Be like, what up, dude? You watch football? You know what's going on?
Send one to Teneme while you're at it.
I need answers.
Ask him why.
Do you watch football, homie?
Let's bring him into the league.
Did we cover all the games? Where are we at?
No, we got 2 more. We got Lee and Mary. Lee's projected at 97. Mary's projected at 97. So
wow.
Good luck with that. That's going to be a tough one. Lee's jumped out to a 10.5 point lead. Oh, and this reminds me. So, what's this guy's name? Neal, whatever. Who's the running back on Pittsburgh?
Oh, Najee Harris.
Najee Harris. Nikhil is the dude on the Patriots. Anyways,
oh, you just saw the N Harris.
Yeah.
Nikhil.
I don't know any of these people's names. It's very rare that I know the person's actual name. They're all numbers to me. So, Vetter in the Discord asked a question. There's somebody in one of his other leagues who's proposed a trade trying to send him Najee Harris. And Vetter wants to know, he says he hasn't been doing well, and he wants to know if there's a chance that he recovers. And to that, I say, none of us give a shit about your other league. You don't have to ask us that.
Yeah, but what is he trying to? What do you have to give up for Najee?
I don't know. He didn't say, or I didn't even click into the message. I read it in my notifications. But what I will tell you for real, is that TikTok, which is the oracle of truth, did not like Najee Harris. There was some sort of statistic that they looked at that said like the last 15 people that did this thing had a bad year the following year.
It was like rush for over 200.
Something
have
like
over
that,
200 rushes in 1 year.
Yep. And every time consistently the following year they had a down year. So TikTok is cold on Najee Harris.
Coming through. I mean, but good on him for fighting through that foot injury. Everyone thought he was going to be out a couple weeks.
Yep. He's doing all right tonight, 10.5. But see, this is what the guy's hoping for. He wants him to put up a great week now, trade him off to Vetter, and then wash his hands of him.
Right. See, but he's having a good week at 10.5, but everybody was expecting 20s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got to lower the expectations, then exceed them. That's the trick.
Because, like, you got Najee putting up the same points as Darrell Henderson.
Yeah.
And that's not supposed
you drafted them at way different spots.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Darrell Henderson was like late shit, and people are taking Najee first round. You're not expecting 10 points out of anyone's you're drafting in the first round.
Yep. All right, our last game of the week is Vetter and me, projected within a point of each other at 103 and 102.
I hope everyone ties this week.
I hope everyone has a good time.
This is definitely a week that could give us some ties.
If everybody ties this week, I blow up the league.
Okay, deal.
Yeah. Well, can't you put it to where like it goes to bench points next, where the ties are eliminated? There are no ties.
Part of the reason why we went to PPR was to try to prevent ties.
To hopefully not get the tie.
Right.
Yeah, I would just fucking don't even let it go to a tie. There's got to be something you can pick that's it goes to points on the bench,
coin flip, a duel.
Yeah.
What you do? Wait until somebody has a tie and then change the setting. Force one of them to take a loss. Vetter, we're projected very close to each other, so certainly not comfortable at this point. But I do love that Vetter, who is 2-0, is in the Discord complaining about how this is the worst team he's ever had, and his auto draft screwed him. And I'm like, you are 2-0, and like. So now if I lose to Vetter, I'm like, great, I lost to the worst team he ever had. Like, I don't need this, Vetter. I don't need this pressure. Save it for when you're playing somebody else.
Mind games.
Yeah. Like, this is some real Mahoney shit you're doing here.
Oh shit! Amari Cooper just caught an interception.
No,
ran it back. It's 6. Amari Cooper.
Oh my god, he's in at quarterback.
Holy shit! He just threw a touchdown. The old flea flicker
to himself. He just launched it up, ran down, and caught it.
Oh shit! No joke. Some guy just pulled his dick.
Oh, breaking news! Breaking league news. Do I wait for you to do the sounder? No, I'll do it.
Hold on. Do I have a breaking news?
With the sounder.
I don't think I have a breaking news. Oh wait, I have the Popcast breaking news.
The Kellybot 5000 just made a trade. He's trading James Robinson to me for Rashad Bateman.
Absolutely ridiculous.
To me. Man, I got too much shit open.
I can't even imagine what your computer, your laptop looks like.
I got a big desktop boy.
Why would the Kellybot even make this trade? The Kellybot, they really did a great job programming that thing to be just like Kelly, because it does some weird shit.
Mahoney's just mad he didn't get the Kellybot.
I am mad I didn't get there.
It's like
first.
James Robinson could have been mine.
Yeah, I got fucking wide receivers.
Oh wait, here. How about this for breaking news?
Dun-dun-dun.
That works.
All right, that works.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Oh man,
you putting Cole Beasley in this week?
Who has Cole Beasley?
So
what?
I have
you
Cole
have
Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
I have Cole Beasley.
All that shit, and he fucking picks him up off the waiver wire and is like,
you know it. I didn't send a single message about Cole Beasley until I had secured him on my team, and then I was like, all right, now
breezy
time to talk
Beasley.
About it. Yep. So here's the deal. Cole Beasley, massive piece of shit, absolutely. But you know what? So are most of these guys, so that's fine.
Right.
Off he goes to the Bucks. So he's on the Buccaneers now. Julio Jones hurt. Mike Evans suspended. There's somebody else on the Bucks who's
Russell
hurt.
Gage questionable.
Russell Gage is questionable, and I even thought there
Godwin.
was
Godwin's
Godwin's
Yeah.
hurt. And here comes
So, yeah.
Cole Beasley, who's a slot receiver, plays real close. Tom Brady, there's few things I know about football, but I know that Tom Brady fucking loves his slot receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wes Welker, Julian Edelman. You put a tiny little white guy in the slot for Brady, he will
They all
get
look
the
the
ball
same
and
to
have it
him.
out of his hand in a second and a half to that person every time. So
Yeah,
you
he's
take
like-
Cole Beasley, who copied that like method of success in Dallas and in Buffalo, and put him with Tom Brady. Tom Brady, who's heartbroken because his wife is leaving him. I was like, yup, get that man on my roster.
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
Oh, a flag? Are they going to bring
We'll
it?
see. We'll see.
We'll see.
No. Cole
I had a
Beasley.
spot because I had picked up a defense. I didn't even need a defense. I just was like, this looks like a pretty good defense. I don't want anybody else to have it. So I picked that up.
Oh.
And then I was like, I'll drop them and grab Cole Beasley.
I
I'll
don't
roll
know
the
if that
dice.
guy's ankle is supposed to be turned that way.
It's not Cole Beasley, is it?
All right. Well, that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
All right. Final thoughts. Commissioner Tito headed into week 3.
You don't want to go 0-3. As obvious as that sounds, that it's a hard hole to climb out of. Especially because those first 3 games are division games. So then you go into interdivisional matchups with everybody else, and you don't play those division games again back till the end of the season. So going 0-3 in the division, you're already down tiebreakers at this point. Not something you want to do. So for all those 0-2 teams, try to put somebody's going 0-3, obviously, but try to put your best foot
At
forward.
least
here.
two teams are going 0-3.
Yikes. Mahoney, tell me something that's in your head. Tell me a secret.
What you want to do, if you're out there and you're playing fantasy football, you want to go to your waiver wire. You want to find yourself Cole Beasley, and you want to pick him up.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Because
and if you're in our league,
squints hard enough, everyone looks like Edelman to him.
That's right. That's right. You're in our league. You want to go back in time and do that yesterday because y'all waited too long.
It's weird, though, because Cole Beasley was killing it up to a point last year and the year before that. But
Are
the
you
Bills...
implying that when he released his rap album, everything fell apart?
Oh, my God. The Bills released him?
I don't know.
Apparently, it was a huge thing that he would not get the shot.
Sure.
To the point where it came into play with not re-signing him.
So it matters so much to the team that he get vaccinated that they're willing to let go a star player. Maybe.
Yeah, but wait. Calm down there.
Okay.
On the Bills, he's not a star player with what they got.
Right.
Yeah.
Because on the Bills, he's like third, fourth option,
Right.
fifth option.
Because Josh Allen,
He's a slot
Josh
man.
Allen isn't looking to hit the slot. He's throwing it 70 yards down the field.
Right. And look at the points they're putting up. It's not like they're missing a beat and they're like, man, I wish we had,
Right.
that dude's still on the field. Yeah, his ankle is not supposed to be turned that way.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Tom Brady's 49 years old. He's looking for somebody who's 10 feet away from him.
Yeah.
He's looking for somebody to make his wife love him again.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, if I can't have Giselle, I'll take Cole Beasley.
Yikes. All right. Jose, what you got?
Well, kind of going with the Cole Beasley, where, possible piece of shit guy, still valuable in the world of fantasy football.
Oh, you're not going to say what I think you're going to say.
What team is going to be hurting in quarterback come late in the season who ends up taking a Deshaun who's playing well?
10 games?
Well, his first... I just saw the timeline because I'm watching the Thursday night game. His first possible game could be December 4th.
That's a while.
That's a long time.
It is, but that's what
If
I'm
you
saying.
need- if you
who's
pick
going
him
to
up-
be hurting then? Not picking him up now. I'm saying like the point where somebody went out.
That's week 13. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was 12. I thought 12 they play Houston.
No, they got
Or
him
is it
coming back December 4th.
12-game suspension. He plays 13.
And
Right.
then he has to join. At certain point, he's allowed to in the practice squad, join team facilities, then go into practice with the team, and then he can play with the team. There's like a progression he has to go through.
Okay, he's slowly instituted in phases.
Yeah, I think it's probably 7 weeks too early to pick up Deshaun Watson.
No, well,
If you need him December 4th, you're not even in the playoffs.
well, yeah, but I'm talking like you are doing good, but then your quarterback goes down.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
That's months away.
And then are you gonna pin all your hopes on a guy who hasn't played in 2 years?
Do you know how many illicit
See that first
massages
game back,
he
how
could
quick
get
he goes
between
off the
now and
boards.
then? He might
He
have
comes
another
back and
20
slings 5
lawsuits.
touchdowns. He's getting picked up in every league.
It could happen.
Not in our league.
We'll see.
I'm going to pick him up just so nobody else can pick him up. Well,
Guys,
Carry
drops
3 quarterbacks and piss off Mahoney.
Yeah, it does piss me off. It really is just unreasonable the amount of anger I feel when I look at one of your rosters and you guys have 2 quarterbacks and they both score the same number of points every week, and I'm just like, this is such a waste of a roster spot. This is so stupid.
Well, but it also depends on who's out there. Because, yes, I do agree with that. If you can roster talent in a push for in case somebody on your team gets hurt or a bye week or trade bait, that's more valuable. But if you pick up 2 quarterbacks knowing that you are playing one, if you don't get caught up in that flip-flop game and it's like you're playing the one quarterback no matter what, I just want this guy in case he gets hurt. And there's not really anybody out on the waiver wires, maybe hold on to him until you see somebody that's worth it or somebody that gets dropped. And then kind of fling them away. But, like I drafted Herbert early. That puts me in a position where I missed out on opportunities in other positions. And now he might not play, or it might be risky to play him next week until we see exactly how he comes back. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to Trevor Lawrence on my bench for right now, because all the other guys that I would put in, they've been scooped up.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting stuck fucking playing Matt Ryan.
But that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't play Matt Ryan.
Right. But also at the same point is with I'm running 2 quarterbacks, I'm not ever thinking like I made the wrong play not putting Trevor Lawrence in.
Yeah.
I completely plan on him standing on my bench until a bye week or Herbert's ruled out. Other than that, I'm not playing this flop game back and forth. Like, that's just not happening. But if you have 2 like quarterback, like Aaron Rodgers or Stafford together, like that's going to fucking hurt your head all season.
Yeah.
Yep. I've done it one too many times.
Mm-hmm. Like fucking Tua and Brady. Like at one point, you're just going to have to bite into I'm playing one, and I just can't even look at my bench.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Brady has to have a strong game against the Packers, or
yes,
it's not looking great for him. He maybe should have stayed retired.
But they're winning. If you're winning, like that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Brad Johnson won the Super Bowl. All he did was not fuck up. And if the Tampa Bay's defense is playing like a 25-point-a-week defense. All Brady has to do is not fuck up. Get him one touchdown, give him the lead. Don't turn the ball over, manage the time, keep shit going, keep the clock rolling, keep the lead. He could pull off one more at not a 45 touchdown a year pace.
I've got a Microsoft Surface that begs to differ. All right, well,
he flung the fuck out of that sucker.
Be like Tom Brady with a Microsoft Surface and smash that like button and subscribe to Panels on Pages on YouTube at youtube.com/panelsonpages.
He signed a sponsorship with the with the OtterBox case for it. So every week he throws it and then they do a close up to show he didn't break it.
Every week live we have Pop Fantasy Football. Usually on Wednesdays. This week it's on Thursdays. Come chat with us in real time. We got the Panels on Pages Popcast live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And you can download Pop Fantasy Football on your favorite podcast app. We've also got merch at merch.panelsonpages.com. And you can join the Pop Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com and get involved in the Pop Fantasy Football channel. We'll leave you with some parting words, once again, from the late, great John Madden. And this week, Black Hobbit, who asked for that? On behalf of Tito, Cruz, Dan Mahoney.
How do I veto? That's an option here. Veto trade and enter.
On behalf of Tito Cruz, Dan Mahoney, Jose Guzman, and myself, Jason Nyes, thanks for joining us for the Pop Fantasy Football 2022 Week 2 recap. Good luck to everyone in this league and beyond, and we will see you next week.
ESPN, the global leader in sports. The whole thing's fucked.